bandwagoners, shirt tuckers, the full force of Leafs Nation is here. And with good darn reason, the Toronto Maple Leafs are one of the best teams in the NHL. I have them as the #1 team in the NHL, even above the Florida Panthers in their difficult division. We're going to go over 5 quick reasons why the Toronto Maple Leafs are my #1 team in the NHL today, and why the Toronto Maple Leafs are absolutely rolling. All right, Leafs Nation, this is the year you've been waiting for. This is absolutely the best Leafs team I have seen in over 25 years of looking at hockey. Up and down the roster, the #1 reason the Toronto Maple Leafs are in the position they're in, and it will be a very different thing in the playoffs. But go ahead, leave the first round exit comments down below. Let me know if you're not a Leafs Nation fan that they're going out in the first round. And Leafs Nation, if you are a fan, let me know you're a believer down below in the comments, that you agree with Coach Ryan D, that they are getting past the first round this year. This team is too good. It is absolutely too good. Top to bottom, the Toronto Maple Leafs have depth everywhere. So the first reason we want to take a look at is that depth. Micheal Bunting has been an absolute revelation for the Leafs. He's not better than Zach Hyman. We're not saying that, but I am saying that the combination of Micheal Bunting, Ondrej, Kase, and David Kampf is better depth-wise than the depth the Leafs had last year. Peter Engvall has moved up to the third line. Nick Ritchie has moved back to the fourth line. He is a much better Joe Thornton than Joe Thornton ever was at this age. I love Jumbo Joe, but he was a little long in the tooth. Ritchie gives a lot more on the power play than I believe Joe did. And the curse of Thornton, never winning a cup, leaves with him. So I love the additions of the free agents that are here this year, and Bunting has been an absolute superstar on that top line, with Kampf filling in beautifully on that third line. That third line between Engvall, Kampf, and Kase is actually one of the better puck control lines in the NHL today. And we talk about it on this channel, line matching. Everyone wants to look at a third line that's a checking line, checking line, checking line. I want third lines that are puck control lines. The most important thing in the NHL today is puck possession. It's more important than turnovers. It's more important than shots. It's more important than anything, because if the puck is on your stick, you're going to generate more opportunities, and less opportunities are going to get generated against you. You want to be a puck possession team, and this third line allows the Leafs to do it. We know about the Leafs' big four when we talk about depth. We know Tavares, Nylander, Matthews, Marner. Been covering the Leafs for 2 full years. It's Nylander. It's Nylander! Willie. But the big four are on fire, and they are led by Matthews and Marner. All the insane talk. Leafs Nation, I know we're never going to put it to bed, but just put it to bed. Oh, like seriously, I am over the Marner stuff. There's no Marner stuff anymore. As soon as the guy goes quiet, it's all going to come streaming back. Marner is one of the best right wingers in the NHL today. Is he overpaid? Yes, you can't go back and fix that. He's an $11 million man. Nothing is going to fix that. You'd rather have Marner than without Marner. Marner makes this team better. He's the engine that helps the great white shark Auston Matthews roll. And Matthews is just a sniper among snipers. Second only to Ovi. I mean, geez, look what Ovi's doing this year. Now, this isn't Matthews hate. It's just Ovi love. Ovi is on frickin' fire. But maybe one day we will be talking about Auston Matthews right there next to Ovi and Gretzky in terms of goals. We're 15 years away from that, though. Looking at the defense, Morgan Rielly. I think getting that kid locked up to the deal that he ended up getting locked up to has been an absolute revelation. I think Rielly's playing better than Rielly's ever played before, and for good reason. He knows he's going to be a Leaf for life. He's paired in with his buddy there, TJ Brody. I like that combination. Justin Holl has been a talk of a lot of trade conversation rumors. The question is, though, with a top 4 defenseman like Holl, what are you going to get back for him? Like, I get it. Okay, you could trade him, but why? Keep him as your own player at that spot. I don't know who else you're going to get. You're just likely not going to go 4 for 4. You're not going to get a forward pairing defenseman with a top 4 defenseman from another team and then just roll into the playoffs. So I'm a little confused by that, but he is on TSN's trade bait board, so Justin Holl remains one of the most coveted assets in terms of the trade bait board, top 10, but we'll see. He's paired really nicely with Jake Muzzin, and then Sandin continues to take steps forward, although, I talk about it on this channel all the time. He holds the puck for way too long. Pass, man. Just move the puck north to south. Stop going east to west. Move the puck north to south, but a power play specialist in himself. And I still love the fact that, is it Sam Dean? Is it Dermott? And now they're paired together. What a difference 12 months makes. Number 2, and why the Leafs have been so dominant, it's Jack Campbell. I mean, it's not even close. You could absolutely make a case for Jack Campbell to be number 1. I got it as 2. Goaltending is super important, but so is depth. So let's call it 1A and 1B. Jack Campbell is an absolute superstar in the net right now for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Goaltending is a huge mental position, and Jack Campbell from last year into this year has had career rebirth. The former first-round draft pick has found his swagger. He is mentally dialed in and checked in. That man is stopping pucks among pucks. If Jack Campbell is this good this year and for the rest of his career, the Leafs are going to be an absolute force to be reckoned with, and you're going to have him on a really cheap deal for a couple years because of the slow start to his career. So that works out super well with the Toronto Maple Leafs cap situation. That'll go ahead and balance off the problems that you have with the Marner contract if it's out there. I mean, it doesn't matter. You're going to spend $82 million. You're going to spend right to the cap. It doesn't matter if you spend it on one or the goalie, wherever it is. At the end of the day, 5 to 6 players eat up 90% of a team's cap anyway. Who cares how it's distributed as long as they're performing, right? Okay, Jack Campbell has been absolutely stellar. Number 3 is the power play, 85%, 7th in the league. This is a totally deadly power play now, and you can see it's really well balanced off. I love the fact that it's led by Morgan Rielly. It should always be led by Morgan Rielly. Always. Your number 1 power play, Rielly over Sandin. Unless Rielly gets hurt, this is Rielly's power play to quarterback. You put Matthews in the shooter spot. That's obviously an easy way to go. And it's really interesting to see Nick Ritchie, William Nylander, and John Tavares paired right now through the Marner injury with Matthews and Morgan Rielly. Like, it just seems to work. It works. And the problem with the Leafs power play last year is I showed it a bunch of clips. Go back, subscribe, like, join the channel, Leafs Nation. You can go ahead and take a look at my Leafs power play breakdown from last year. I explained why it was so bad. The reason it is different this year is they're not playing on the outside with that silly umbrella formation. They've moved to a 1-3-1 properly, and they're actually moving the puck through the center of the ice as opposed to keeping it on the outside, and they're getting aggressive at turning pucks over. So I really like what I'm seeing on that. I think a lot of that does have to do with the addition of a guy like Nick Ritchie on there. And I mean, you need Nylander to play on the first unit. He's just got to stay there forever and a day. I know Tavares and Nylander go together and Matthews and Marner go together, but Nylander is your best puck hunter, especially when it comes to the power play. So I really like power play 1 right now. Power play 2, it's kind of like every other team. It's fine. This is the way you do it. You stack your first power play. Your second power play is okay. Features guys like Spezza, Bunting, Engvall. I mean, it's a nice little complimentary power play to give rest, but I'm actually a big believer in eating up like a minute to the full 2 minutes with power play 1. They don't really get that tired. If they're ineffective, then you go ahead and put out 2, but I'm a big fan of a 75-25 split between 1 and 2. I don't really balance it off as a coach. Every other coach has their own way. Their power play is rolling. Number 4 is the penalty kill. Again, on this coach's channel, we talk about penalty kills all the time. Penalty kill is about speed and it's about aggression. It is about knowing when you need to attack pucks. And the 6th best penalty kill in the NHL right now belongs to the Toronto Maple Leafs because Kampf and Kerfoot as your number 1 unit up front have a lot of speed to turn pucks over. It is a teachable position that does not need to be used with skill players like Matthews, Marner, Tavares, Nylander. These guys have a lot of speed, but when you add guys like Kampf and Kerfoot, they equally have enough speed. They're not as fast as those first 4, but enough speed to make an absolutely deadly penalty kill. When you got a guy like Campbell in net, and then you're pairing him with your second pairing like Muzzin and Holl, it is a really nice kill. And Holl has really come into his own in the NHL. It's been a long track for Justin Holl, but now he has stepped into that solid top 4 role. He's a solid killer. I really like what I'm seeing. Muzzin's always been a good killer. And then your second unit, when you go ahead and add Engvall, you got Marner in there, you got Rielly, you got Brody. I mean, it's just a nice go. It's a really nice breakdown. It's a really nice unit. It's working well. And the power play and the penalty kill, those are coach's areas. Sheldon Keefe, he is doing an absolutely fantastic job. He's reason number 5. Sheldon Keefe has this team absolutely rolling. When I watch the All or Nothing documentary, I'll tell you, I think Sheldon Keefe asks his players too much. At times, Sheldon Keefe needs to turn around and start telling you got to be the captain of the ship at certain times. But I think Sheldon Keefe is starting to come into his own in his 3rd year in the NHL now. He's starting to get a lot more confident. I bet he's telling his players a lot more. The relationships probably improved. And when I look at this Leafs team compared to last year, the reason I really like it is they seem to be doing the habits better. They showed it in the documentary. They were winning. Sheldon Keefe was sitting there going, oh, I don't like the habits I'm seeing. And the players were kind of shrugging their shoulders when he was talking to him about it in practice, going, yeah, but we're winning. Whatever, coach, get off our back. No, great teams don't do that. Great teams continue to elevate their game regardless of who they're playing. So there you have it. The 5 reasons the Toronto Maple Leafs are doing so much damage. We'll catch you later tonight as the Maple Leafs play my Jets. I don't got a lot of hope for my Jets, but at the end of the day, they could be a bit of a tricky team. Leafs Nation, subscribe, like, join us. We'll follow you all the way past the first round. You heard it here first. I promise you, the Toronto Maple Leafs, it's December, they will get past the first round.